Good morning, Vikrant and Mr. Ajay.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, sir.
Great to have you here. So, sorry for being slightly late because people are continuously registering for the webinar. So
Okay,
I
perfect.
was monitoring sending of the link.
Perfect, perfect.
Right now also, our registration has reached about right now 1167.
Okay.
So 1,167 people. So that's good, though it is much less than what we had catered for, which is about
Okay.
3,000 people. But very fine, because ultimately it will also go on to our YouTube channel.
Okay, okay.
So that's great. Just a minute. Okay, good morning, everybody. So we are looking forward, we've been looking forward to this webinar for a long time now. We've done a lot of preparation to give you what you are looking for. Since the people are still joining in, approximately there have been, as at right now, there have been 1197, let's say about 1,200 people have registered for this webinar. And that's a great number, though we have already planned for about 3,000. So with 1,200 people right now, 262 have joined in. So we'll just wait for a couple of minutes. Not that we cannot start right now, but even the initial part that we have is very important. So I won't like people to miss. So just 5 minutes. You take it as an administrative break at the start of the webinar, right? Yeah, we've gone beyond 1,200 registrations. I don't know, these last minute registrations can, I'll try and have the link sent to each one of the people who have registered. Atul Mishra, you want a song by me? I want people to attend and not run away from here. So I'll resist from that temptation. We've reached about 289 people are on webinar right now. So just let's wait a bit. Just 3 more minutes. My volume, I'm shouting as much as I can. Somebody wants me to increase the volume. Actually, my volume will not matter much. What will matter is how much is your volume. So this webinar is in a series of all the good things that we try to do for the FOGI community. This webinar has nothing to do with what my company, that is Hum4G Initiative, does, but I know for sure that this webinar is extremely important for everybody, right from the people, right from the officers who just got commissioned, and to the people who retired long back. This is one of the biggest problem that we find. While we are waiting for the webinar to start, I'll tell you something. The number of our clients who've left us in the past 1 year during the pandemic is much more than the number of clients we've seen gone away in the 10 years before that. That means this pandemic has done a huge amount of damage to people. But then what is more agonizing is when those ladies, those families come back to us and say that, this is not there. The bank account is single bank account. The nominees are not registered in bank account. Somewhere my husband has written down in hand that there are some mutual funds somewhere else other than your company, but I have no idea about it. Or that the property papers are not traceable, or the property papers are, don't seem to be complete. Now, these are the kind of things. That is why we said in our mail, wherever we've sent information about this webinar, that's why we said, leave behind an inheritance and not chaos. Today, we'll unravel the mystery of what are the small things that you can do to leave behind an inheritance the way you always want it to be, right? That is the way we are going to go about this webinar. Right. So it is 11:05 now. We will start the webinar, and I will give out the construct as to how do we wish to carry out this webinar. This webinar will be approximately of 1.5 hours, unless there are too many questions and we exceed the time. We'll try our best to limit it to finish it by 12:30. First, I have you've given out as to what exactly are we wanting to give out in this webinar. We will have Dr. Ajay Mittal, who will be speaking for about 40 minutes. Now, who's Dr. Ajay Mittal? I feel he's one of the best people we could have got for speaking on this webinar. He's right now the Vice President and Head of Knowledge Management of SBI Mutual Fund. He has an experience of more than 23 years, and he has worked with various companies like Jindal Group, Indian Express, Bombay Stock Exchange, Aditya Birla Group, etc. He's done his PG. He's a very well-read, very educated person. He's done his PhD in financial economics, post-graduation in management, commerce, and economics, along with his CFP, which is a certified financial planner, and CWM, which is Chartered Wealth Manager. He's also into financial training for the past 15 years and a visiting faculty to various management colleges across the country. Now, he will be speaking about on the subject estate and succession planning. Seem like big topics, but basically what after you? What can you do now to ensure that whatever you've created passes on to your own loved ones in a very systematic and simple manner, it being a no pain kind of thing for them after you. After he has spoken, I will take about 20 minutes to touch upon some other aspects apart from what he's spoken, and then we will take on Q&A. You have, if you see on your screen, you have a Q&A. It will not be possible for us to take on the questions which are posted in the chat. So please post your questions in Q&A box, which is down below at the bottom of your screen, while other chats can go on in the chat box. With this, I pass on the mandate to Dr. Ajay Mittal, and we look forward to an engaging discourse by him. Dr. Mittal, please take on.
Thank you, Sanjeev sir, and I welcome you all to this session. And in this session, what we are going to do, we are going to have estate and succession planning. So what is the importance of succession planning and estate planning, that we are going to discuss. So before starting this, I would like to know from all of you that am I audible? Am I clearly audible? If you can put it on the chat, yes, no. If voice is not clear, you can write it over there. Okay. So because, yes, everyone, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. So if voice is not proper, so I can raise my voice. So accordingly, you would be able to hear it properly. Now, before starting the session, just I would like to tell you that this session would be in English, Hindi kam English. And so beach mein hum log, because I'm seeing in the chat also, people are saying if this session can be done in Hindi also. So pure Hindi is very difficult. Hum Hindi kam English rakhenge, and so that is how we will proceed with this session. So estate planning and succession planning बहुत ही important subject है जिसको लोग नजरअंदाज करते हैं, और ये एक ऐसा चीज है estate planning, क्योंकि क्या है, जैसे कि like if we see people throughout their working life, they work very hard to create assets for their loved ones. Okay, कि बहुत बहुत मेहनत करके अपने बच्चों के लिए, अपनी आने वाली जनरेशन के लिए we try to create an assets, but they don't plan the way the assets should be passed on to the next generation. कि अगली जनरेशन को कैसे, how we can pass it on to the next generation, that is very important. Because क्या होता है, हम लोगों को पता नहीं रहता. अभी आप देखोगे जब ये पेंडेमिक आया है जिसमें लोगों के अनएक्सपेक्टेड डिमाइस हुए हैं, लाइक मैंने खुद अपने काफी फ्रेंड्स प्लस अपने काफी रिलेटिव्स उनका देखा है कि आज they are not being able to find it out क्या उनके पास है क्या नहीं है, तो they are facing huge problem. और जबकि इसका एक सीधा सा बड़ा सिंपल सा समाधान है जिससे कि लोग जो है अब इस सारी चीजों को, जितने ये कंसर्न्स हैं उनको वो लोग साइड में रख सकते हैं. और एस्टेट प्लानिंग, ज्यादातर लोग क्या सोचते हैं कि एस्टेट प्लानिंग इज बेसिकली फॉर द अल्ट्रा रिच पीपल. ओके, ये ऐसा नहीं है. स्टेट प्लानिंग इज फॉर एवरीवन. और दूसरा, लोगों के दिमाग में मिथ है कि ये जो है पोस्ट रिटायरमेंट ज्यादा इसका यूज है. तो अगर आप, ऐसा नहीं है, अगर आपके पास छोटी सी भी असेट है या आप यंग हैं या मिडिल एज के हैं या ओल्ड एज में हैं या पोस्ट रिटायरमेंट या प्री रिटायरमेंट है, तो ये एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है स्टेट प्लानिंग, जो कि लोगों को अपने दिमाग में फोकस करके रखना चाहिए. So with estate planning, devolution is very well managed. And why to plan estate planning? So before starting, just I'm giving you a background कि why estate planning is important. So क्या होता है, जब हम यंग होते हैं, we don't feel the need to plan. अभी आप देखोगे लोग जो है फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग भी, जो लोग जो सेविंग के लिए जो करते हैं और जो इन्वेस्टमेंट है, पीपल आर थिंकिंग कि रिटायरमेंट प्लानिंग करनी है तो वो मैं रिटायरमेंट पे आके करूंगा. बट रिटायरमेंट प्लानिंग स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम द डे यू स्टार्टेड अर्निंग मनी. ओके, इसी तरह से अगर आपकी एसेट छोटी है, बड़ी है, और एस्टेट का मतलब ये नहीं है कि एस्टेट मतलब आपकी कोई लैंड है या हाउस है. एस्टेट का मतलब है अगर आपके पास, वेदर ये डिजिटल एसेट्स है, आपके पास का आपका बैंक अकाउंट एस्टेट प्लानिंग में आता है, जो भी आपके पास एसेट्स है, एक पेन से लेके एक लैंड से लेके कुछ भी एसेट है, वो सब आता है एस्टेट प्लानिंग में. तो क्या होता है, जनरली हम लोग बहुत ज्यादा प्रोक्रेस्टिनेट करते हैं, टालते हैं स्टेट प्लानिंग को टिल द टाइम ऑफ रिटायरमेंट कम्स नियर. सो हमें सबसे बड़ी चीज जो इसमें करनी चाहिए, वी शुड प्लान इन अ प्रॉपर वे. और उससे आज आप देखोगे, अगर अभी मैं एक आर्टिकल पढ़ रहा था कि करीबन 64,000 करोड़ बैंकों में प्लस पीपीएफ में ऐसा पैसा पड़ा हुआ है जो कि अनक्लेम्ड है. वो क्यों है? क्योंकि लोगों को समझ नहीं है, लोगों को पता नहीं है, लोग बाद में चक्कर काटते रहते हैं. और लोग जो है, अब जब आपको जानकारी नहीं होती है, देन यू स्टार्ट गेटिंग लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम. ओके, तो ये जो अनक्लेम्ड मनी है जो आरबीआई के पास पड़ा है या जो बैंकों में पड़ा है, आप देखिए ये आपको साफ बताता है कि कैसे एस्टेट एंड सक्सेशन प्लानिंग की वजह से लोग प्रॉब्लम में आते हैं. ओके, सो अनप्लैन्ड एंड अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड एस्टेट प्लानिंग जो है ये किस तरफ ले जाती है? वेल्थ डिस्ट्रक्शन की तरफ. जैसा कि मैंने स्टार्टिंग में बताया, लोग जो है बहुत मेहनत करते हैं पैसा कमाने के लिए, अपने बच्चों को पैसा आगे उनकी जनरेशन के पास पैसा जाए, बट उसको किस तरीके से जाना चाहिए और प्रॉपर तरीके से उसके पास पैसा जाए, उसकी प्लानिंग जो है आज की तारीख में इंडिया में 80%, 75 to 80% लोग जो है नहीं करते हैं. और जिसकी वजह से क्या होता है, दिस लीड्स टू अनहैप्पीनेस एंड डिसकंटेंट इन आवर ओन लाइफ एज वेल एज इन द लाइव्स ऑफ आवर लव्ड वंस. तो हम जिनको प्यार करते हैं, उसके बाद वो क्या करते हैं, बेचारे कोर्ट के चक्कर काट के कि ये मेरे बाप की संपत्ति है, ये मेरी माँ की संपत्ति है, मेरे दादाजी की संपत्ति है, मेरी दादी की संपत्ति है. तो उन्हें अपनी संपत्ति के लिए उन्हें प्रूफ देना पड़ता है. तो ये एक बेस है जो एस्टेट प्लानिंग की इंपॉर्टेंस को बताता है. तो हम आने वाले सेशन में जो करेंगे वो हम ये करेंगे. इंट्रोडक्शन जो कि मैंने अभी बताया आपको, क्या स्टेप्स हैं एस्टेट प्लानिंग के, स्ट्रेटेजीज फॉर ट्रांसफरिंग असेट्स, डिसिप्लिन वर्सेस इंटेलिजेंस का क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है, देन वी विल फोकस ऑन मेजरली ऑन विल, then step by step guide to writing the will, then types of trust and guardianship of children and incapacitation, these things which we are going to discuss. एक बहुत ही अच्छा मैं आपको बताता हूं कि आज आप देखोगे जितने लिटिगेशन हैं कोर्ट्स में, उसमें से 76% जो लिटिगेशन हैं प्रॉपर्टी और फैमिली डिस्प्यूट से रिलेटेड हैं। तो आप सोचिए, जब 76% ऑफ लिटिगेशन इन इंडिया इज रिलेटेड टू प्रॉपर्टी एंड फैमिली डिस्प्यूट्स, अभी आप अगर बगैर स्टेट प्लानिंग के, क्या आप चाहते हो कि आपकी जो प्रॉपर्टी है, डू यू वांट योर प्रॉपर्टी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन एज पर योर विश, तो आप स्टेट प्लानिंग करें। नहीं तो क्या होगा, उसके लिए जो है लोगों को आपके जो लव्ड वंस हैं उनको कोर्ट के चक्कर काटने पड़ेंगे, उनको बैंक्स के चक्कर काटने पड़ेंगे। देन सेकेंड पॉइंट जो है, डू यू वांट योर फैमिली टू नॉट टू बी इन ट्रबल और ट्रबल फॉर सेवरल ट्रबल्स रिलेटेड टू सक्सेशन फॉर्मेलिटीज आपकी एब्सेंस में। क्योंकि क्या होता है, जब आप देखेंगे, हो सकता है मेनी ऑफ यू हैव एक्सपीरियंस्ड आल्सो विद योर रिलेटिव्स और योर नियर डियर वंस, तो उसमें क्या होता है, काफी इतनी फॉर्मेलिटीज हो जाती हैं जब आप प्रॉपर प्लान नहीं करते हो। अकॉर्डिंगली लोग जो है जगह जगह जाके चक्कर काटते हैं, या लोगों को ये फाइंड आउट करने में थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है कि क्या मेरी जो इनहेरिटेड प्रॉपर्टी है वो कितनी है, क्या है, क्या कहाँ पर मैं उसको फाइंड आउट कर सकता हूँ। ओके, सो देन तीसरा जो पॉइंट है वो है, do you want your family members not to see each other in the court for claiming your own assets? ये एस्टेट प्लानिंग आपको इंपॉर्टेंस बताता है कि अगर आप एस्टेट प्लानिंग करते हो तो आपके जो फैमिली मेंबर्स हैं वो कम से कम जो कोर्ट के चक्कर हैं, ये सारे चक्कर हैं, इनसे जो है दे कैन स्टे अवे फ्रॉम दीज थिंग्स। सो क्या होता है, इफ अ पर्सन डाइज इंटेस्टेट, ओके, इंटेस्टेट मतलब विदाउट अ लीगल विल इन प्लेस, अगर कोई विल नहीं है तो उससे बहुत सारे कॉम्प्लिकेशंस आते हैं। मतलब जो है उसमें उस आगे मैं आपको बताऊंगा डिटेल में कि कैसे कैसे जो अगर आपकी विल नहीं है, हाउ द मनी इज बीइंग डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड। ओके, तो आपका मनी जो है वो स्टेट आपका मनी जो है डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करता है अमंग योर लव्ड वंस, इफ अगर आपकी विल नहीं है। सो आप सोचिए, एक सिंपल पेपर से हाउ द थिंग्स कैन बी रिड्यूस्ड टू अ मैक्सिमम लेवल, कि अगर आपने एक छोटी सी विल बना दी, उस विल से कितना बड़ा इम्पैक्ट आया, और इतना बड़ा इम्पैक्ट के आते ही आपका जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, जो आपकी फैमिली की प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, और वो पूरी की पूरी रिलीव्ड हो जाती हैं, पूरी की पूरी वॉश आउट हो जाती हैं, अगर आपने एक छोटा सा काम करा कि आपने जो है यू क्रिएटेड अ विल। हाउ एंड व्हाई टू क्रिएट अ विल, दैट I'm coming to that also. So like Hindus are required to follow the Hindu Succession Act, and Muslims have to follow Islamic Act, and we also have Christian and Parsi law, but जो Indian Succession Act है वो हिंदू, सिख, बुद्धिस्ट एंड जैन, ये चार के लिए। ओके, सो बुद्धिस्ट, सिख, जैन, this is coming under Hindu Succession Act 1925. So now coming to next slide. Now estate planning, देखिए इसमें दो तरीके की, एक तो सेल्फ एक्वायर्ड प्रॉपर्टी है, दूसरी है एंसेस्ट्रल प्रॉपर्टी। सो एस्टेट प्लानिंग बेसिकली जब हम बात करते हैं, एस्टेट प्लानिंग रेफर्स टू पासिंग डाउन ऑफ योर एसेट्स फ्रॉम वन जनरेशन टू अनदर। तो आप सोचोगे एस्टेट प्लानिंग, मेनी ऑफ द पीपल आर थिंकिंग कि एस्टेट in general, the people are having a thought, estate planning means you are transferring your land, your house to the next generation, but estate includes everything. आपकी कोई भी assets, आपके म्यूचुअल फंड, आपका इंश्योरेंस, then आपका जो digital assets are also coming under this. Okay, so estate planning refers to passing down of your assets from one generation to another. जब आप एक जनरेशन से दूसरी जनरेशन में आप ट्रांसफर करते हो, दैट इज कॉल्ड एस्टेट प्लानिंग. ओके, सो इसमें बहुत सारे मिथ हैं जो कि मैंने आपको पहले भी बताए कि एस्टेट प्लानिंग, पीपल आर थिंकिंग एस्टेट प्लानिंग इज मेंट ओनली फॉर वेल्दी. इट इज नॉट ओनली फॉर वेल्दी. Estate planning is essential for everyone, for all. It does not matter whether the person is wealthy or whether the person is not wealthy. अगर उसके पास थोड़ी कम असेट्स भी है कि आगे बच्चे झगड़े ना करें, उसकी वजह से ये आपकी आने वाली जनरेशन झगड़ा ना करे, भली छोटी असेट्स हो या बड़ी असेट्स हो, तो एस्टेट प्लानिंग इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. तो लोग एक मिथ है कि एस्टेट प्लानिंग इज ओनली मेंट फॉर वेल्दी और हाई नेटवर्थ इंडिविजुअल. इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट. एंड सो दूसरा, लोग सोचते हैं कि भाई जो मेरे लीगल हियर्स हैं दे विल हैंडल इट मैच्योरली, तो वो अपने आप संभाल लेंगे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, ऐसा कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आती है. देन चौथा जो एक मिथ है लोगों को कि भाई मुझे विल का क्या करना है, मैंने तो नॉमिनी बना ही दिया है, दे विल एनीवेज बी द बेनिफिशियरी ऑफ माय एसेट्स. तो आपको बता दूं, नॉमिनी इज ऐसा नहीं है कि नॉमिनी में मे नॉट ऑलवेज बी द ओनर ऑफ द असेट. उसमें नॉमिनी में भी आपको जो है, अगर आपका पीपीएफ है या इंश्योरेंस है, देयर नॉमिनी इज ओके, बट आपकी जो अदर असेट्स है वो इजीली ट्रांसफर नहीं होती अगर आपने नॉमिनी भी बनाया है. तो वो किस हिसाब से, अगर आपकी विल नहीं है तो अकॉर्डिंग टू कंट्रीज सक्सेशन लॉ उसके हिसाब से वो ट्रांसफर होगी. सो देन एक और मिथ है लोगों के दिमाग में कि आई डोंट नीड टू सीक लीगल ओपिनियन. ओके, मेरे को लीगल ओपिनियन लेने की, देयर इज नथिंग, बिकॉज देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग इन टेकिंग अ लीगल ओपिनियन. बिकॉज क्या होता है, जस्ट जैसे कि हम जब बीमार होते हैं डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं, ओके, या हमें जो है जब किसी भी रिलेटेड चीज से किसी एक्सपर्ट के पास जाना होता है तो जाते हैं. तो इसी तरह से व्हेन वी आर डूइंग एन एस्टेट प्लानिंग, वी शुड हैव टू हैव अ एस्टेट प्लानर और वी कैन टेक अ हेल्प ऑफ अ लॉयर. ओके, बिकॉज estate planner or financial planner or your financial advisor, they know the nitty-gritties of the things which are involved in estate planning. So that is why estate planning plays a very very important role in the life of an individual. और वो भली wealthy हो या गरीब आदमी हो या कोई भी हो, estate planning is very very important. क्यों? क्योंकि आप अपना डिसीजन जीते जी ले सकते हैं, ना कि आपके बाद फिर गवर्नमेंट या कोर्ट्स को डिसीजन लेना पड़ेगा कि किसको कितनी संपत्ति जाएगी. ओके, नाउ सो you decide on the kind of legacy you leave. So because जैसा कि मैंने बताया, अगर आप डिसीजन लेना चाहते हैं तो you should create your trust, you should create your will. So accordingly आपने जो चाहा वो उस हिसाब से आप you can transfer that property to your loved ones. Okay, so succession planning is not just about making a will, it is about devising a strategy. तो आप एक strategy बनाते हो. क्या strategy है कि आपकी जो assets हैं वो पास ऑन हो, एक सही जिसको आप चाहते हो उसको उसी को ट्रांसफर हो. तो बिकॉज अगर आप सक्सेशन प्लानिंग नहीं करते हो तो हो सकता है आपकी असेट्स के लिए बहुत सारे आपके जो है रिलेटिव्स या they can ask for the claim to be a part of that assets. So at the right time and at the right control are in place when that happens. So that is very very important. So your estate planning is basically a combination है किस चीज का, जो भी आप ओन करते हो. So your estate is a combination of whatever you own. आपका होम हो, आपका रियल एस्टेट हो, आपके करंट और सेविंग बैंक अकाउंट हो, आपका डिजिटल एसेट्स हो, आपकी इन्वेस्टमेंट्स हो, आपके लाइफ इंश्योरेंस हो, कार हो, फर्नीचर हो, पर्सनल पोजेशंस हो, जो भी हो, तो ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर कमिंग अंडर एस्टेट प्लानिंग. और एस्टेट प्लानिंग आपकी जो है, जो भी आपकी विशेष है आपकी फुलफिल करती है by making a detailed plan of the division of your assets in advance. So आपको who, what, when, how and how much amongst the loved ones आपको कितना पैसा किस किस को देना है, तो ये आप उससे एस्टेट प्लानिंग से डिसाइड करते हो. देन व्हाट आर द बेनिफिट्स? सो लाइक आप देखेंगे ये जो प्रोटेक्ट करता है, इट प्रोटेक्ट्स योर एसेट्स फ्रॉम गोइंग इनटू द हैंड्स ऑफ अनइंटेंडेड बेनिफिशियरीज लाइक योर रिलेटिव्स. उन्होंने जीते जी तो आपको याद नहीं करा, बट जैसे ही मेरी अगर ये मेरे किसी रिलेटिव की अगर डेथ हुई तो उनके रिलेटिव्स आ जाते हैं कि नहीं नहीं हमारे तो बहुत प्यार था, बहुत अच्छे थे रिलेशन, तो हमें भी इसकी इनकी संपत्ति में हमने भी इनकी बहुत सेवा करी है और हमें इनकी संपत्ति में हमारा जो है कुछ ना कुछ शेयर होना चाहिए, तो या पार्शियल शेयर होना चाहिए. तो क्या होता है, अगर ये सब बातें कब होती हैं, जब आपने प्रॉपरली अपना प्लान, सक्सेशन प्लानिंग या एस्टेट प्लानिंग नहीं करा है. और एस्टेट प्लानिंग इज बेसिकली प्रोटेक्टिंग फैमिलीज विद यंग चिल्ड्रन हु आर नॉट रेडी टू टेक द ओनरशिप. ओके, उसके लिए आप अलग से बना सकते हैं, या कोई मेंटली चैलेंज्ड चाइल्ड है उसके लिए आप एस्टेट प्लानिंग के थ्रू अच्छा एक रास्ता बना सकते हैं. एंड इट एलिमिनेट्स द जो आपकी फैमिली में बाद में जो झगड़ा हो, एलिमिनेट्स द फैमिली मैस आफ्टर योर डिमाइज. तो आपकी जो भी एक मैस होने वाला हो बाद में, तो अगर आपका प्रॉपर एस्टेट प्लानिंग है तो वो सब चीजें जो है ये एस्टेट प्लानिंग के थ्रू आप रिड्यूस कर सकते हैं. ओके, so now so needs of estate planning. So what is the need of estate planning basically? So what are the critical functions of estate planning? So देखिए, estate planning का सबसे पहला जो है, it protect your assets from your for your family. तो आपकी फैमिली के लिए ये प्रोटेक्ट करता है आपकी एसेट्स को. दूसरी चीज जो है कि आपका जब आप सपोज आपने विल बनाई या आपने ट्रस्ट बनाया, तो आपने अपनी इच्छा जाहिर करी कि मेरा ये जो पैसा है इसको छोटे बेटे को इतना मिलना चाहिए, बड़े को इतना मिलना चाहिए, लड़की को इतना मिलना चाहिए, या मेरी सिस्टर है उनको इतना मिलना चाहिए, या मेरी मदर है उनको इतना मिलना चाहिए. तो ये आपको it gives you a say in who receives your money, your belongings, your assets, your estate. Okay, and जो थर्ड पॉइंट है, allows you to choose who will make your decisions. कि आपने अगर विल बनाई या ट्रस्टी बनाया, अगर ट्रस्ट बनाया तो या विल में आपने एक एग्जीक्यूटर बना दिया, देन आपने उसमें क्लियर कट डिफाइन कर दिया, जिसको मैं अभी आपको बताऊंगा कि ये क्या कैसे विल काम करती है. ओके, देन नाउ नीड ऑफ एस्टेट प्लानिंग, अवॉइड कॉम्प्लिकेशंस अमंग सक्सेसर्स. तो ये कॉम्प्लिकेशंस को रिड्यूस करता है. देन कर्ब डाउन लीगल बैटल्स. अभी आप देखोगे ज्यादातर इंडिया में, जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया कि 76% केसेस जो है वो फैमिली डिस्प्यूट से रिलेटेड है. अभी जबकि आप देखोगे अगर एक छोटी सी चीज से हाउ यू कैन रिड्यूस बाय एस्टेट प्लानिंग, हाउ यू कैन रिड्यूस द लीगल बैटल्स अमंग योर लव्ड वन. देखो आप ज्यादातर कितनी बड़ी बड़ी फैमिलीज में भी हमने देखा है कि उनमें लीगल बैटल्स हो जाते हैं, लीगल बैटल्स रिलेटेड टू द असेट्स. वो क्यों? क्योंकि बिकॉज जो एल्डर्स हैं ये उन्होंने क्या करा, उन्होंने प्रॉपरली डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ असेट्स नहीं करा. ओके, या उन्होंने विल क्रिएट नहीं करी जीते जी. ओके, और ये अगर क्रिएट भी करी तो उसमें जो है प्रोबेट हो गया. तो ओके, प्रोबेट लिए बगैर आपने कर दिया, फिर बाद में प्रॉब्लम चालू हो गई. इसका डिटेल्स में आगे एज एंड व्हेन आई एम कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड आई विल जस्ट डिफाइन इट. Then estate planning ensures the transfer of property to right beneficiary. तो ये बहुत बड़ी चीज है कि आपकी जो प्रॉपर्टी है जिसको आप चाहते हो ट्रांसफर हो, उसी को ट्रांसफर होती है. that is the need of estate planning. Okay, so basically what we can say, it's a asset protection planning, so which is now becoming a very significant reason why many people, include those who already have an estate plan, are meeting with their estate planner. Okay, so बहुत ही important है. That is why Now, what are the steps in financial estate planning? Okay. So देखिए आज की तारीख में आप देखोगे many of you also would be realizing कि हमें खुद को नहीं पता रहता है कि how much assets we have. Okay. हमारी इन्वेंट्री क्रिएट नहीं है, हमको ये नहीं पता है कि हमारी प्रॉपर एसेट्स कितनी है, हमने म्यूचुअल फंड में कितना इन्वेस्ट करा, हमारा इंश्योरेंस में कितना है, या हमारी जमीन तो चलिए बड़ा है पार्ट तो यू वुड बी नोइंग, बट मेनी ऑफ द पीपल दे आल्सो डोंट नो कि मेरे जैसे 5 बैंक अकाउंट है या 6 बैंक अकाउंट है, देन उसमें ये नहीं पता है कि मेरा कौन से बैंक अकाउंट में कितना कितना पैसा है, किसी में भले ही 10,000 हो, 20,000 हो या 1 लाख रुपया हो, बट क्या होता है वो नहीं, अगर आप किसी के डिमाइस के बाद क्या होगा, अगर आपने वो आपके लव्ड वंस ने उसे नहीं क्लेम करा तो वो अनक्लेम्ड मनी में चला जाएगा, दैट विल गो टू गवर्नमेंट आफ्टर अ पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम. सो प्रिपेयर एन इन्वेंटरी ऑफ योर एसेट्स एंड लायबिलिटीज. तो इससे आपको आइडिया लगेगा कि आपकी नेटवर्थ कितनी है. ये 90% लोग ये नहीं करते हैं, उनकी इन्वेंट्री असेट्स एंड लायबिलिटीज की उन्हें पता नहीं होती है. ओके. अगर मैं यहाँ पर भी अगर यहाँ पर 500 के आसपास लोग हैं, इफ आई विल आस्क 500 पीपल that how many of you would be having an inventory of your assets and liabilities prepared. Okay. वो देखिए क्या होता है, आज हो सकता है on 4th or 5th July 2021 आपको आपकी assets 1 करोड़ की है, तो हो सकता है after 6 months it would be 1.2 करोड़ और 1.3 करोड़ होती रहे, बट एट अ पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम अगर आपकी इन्वेंट्री है तो आप उसे अपडेट करें, उसे अकॉर्डिंगली जो है लिखते रहें या उसे एक पेपर पर डिफाइंड करके रखें कि व्हाट इज योर नेट वर्थ. सो दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेप्स इन एस्टेट प्लानिंग, एंड गैदर ऑल इंपॉर्टेंट पेपर्स एंड डॉक्यूमेंट्स दैट कुड बी रेलिवेंट. तो आप I'm giving you an example of my friend. एक मेरा friend है, अभी recently due to COVID his brother-in-law passed off. Okay. अब क्या हुआ, जैसे ही उनके brother-in-law passed off हुए, then वो जो business में थे, wife doesn't know in which where the papers are lying, and son doesn't know where the papers are lying. What is the value of the property, what is there with them, कितना बैंक में पैसा है कितना नहीं है. पिछले 3 महीने से वो लोग जो है they are just going to banks, from one bank to another bank, then lot of paperwork is because that person doesn't created the will. Okay. उसकी वजह से अभी बैंक अकाउंट सीज है, उन्हें पैसा निकालने में प्रॉब्लम है, and they are facing huge problem. So that is why all important papers and documents should be at one place, and your family members should know, and who are the beneficiaries. So beneficiaries कौन है, that should also be defined. And a will generally make sense for families with limited assets also. Okay. It is not like as I defined it to you in the starting also कि ऐसा नहीं है कि this is for only wealthy. Okay. Will oblique trust, it can be created for the people who have little assets also. Okay. Then how will you divide your assets among them? That is very important कि आपको कितना assets किस को. अभी जैसे like एक सिंपल सा एग्जांपल देता हूं मैं आपको. Someone created a will, and at that point of time the value of house was suppose 1 crore. Okay. Then the parents, what father did, he defined it out of 1 crore 50 lakh should go to my elder son, 25 lakh to younger son, and 25 lakh to my wife. Okay. Now what happened, after a particular point of time the value of the property increased to 3 crore. Okay. Now lot of dispute is happening. Now they are saying 50, 25, 25. So court will not take, if probate will happen, the court will not take कि आपने percentage define नहीं करा, आपने amount define करा. So it is always good to have a percentage defined when you are dividing an assets. कि इसमें से इतना परसेंट इसका, इतना परसेंट इसका, इतना. अगर वो कह देते कि भाई 50%, 25% and 25%, then आज जो भी वैल्यू है तो उसका 50%, 25% और 25% 3 लाख का, 3 करोड़ का डिवाइड हो जाता. But they defined, the father defined only the amount. So these are very, very minute things which makes a very, very, very big difference when you are planning for a estate. So how the assets will be distributed in a lump sum, either right away or at a later date or through payment payments from a trust. तो अगर आपने ट्रस्ट बनाया है तो पोस्ट डिमाइज देन ट्रस्ट विल मेक द पेमेंट, और लमसम देना है या ग्रेजुअली एवरी मंथ देना है, that also would be taken care. Then how will you deal with significant assets such as family businesses or second residences? These are the things, these are the steps in estate planning. Now, if we see, most Indian families don't believe in estate planning. जैसा कि मैंने स्टार्टिंग में बताया कि लोगों को क्या मिथ होता है कि भाई हमने जो है नॉमिनेशन कर दिया, that would suffice the purpose. That is not required. Okay, नॉमिनी को भी ऐसा नहीं है कि पूरी असेट्स ट्रांसफर हो जाएंगी. अगर हाँ, जैसा कि मैंने बताया पीपीएफ और इंश्योरेंस में तो इट कैन बी डन, बट अगर उसके अलावा जैसे अगर म्यूचुअल फंड है या अदर बैंक अकाउंट्स हो गए, अगर किसी ने क्लेम करा कि नहीं इस पर जो है मेरा भी हक है, then definitely it will come under dispute. So these are the strategies: wills, joint ownership, gifting assets before that, testamentary trust or interview. So will generally will and trust we are going to put a more focus on, and so by will and through trust. So will is basically you would be knowing it's a unilateral legal declaration जिसमें कि testator. So testator is a person, थोड़ा legal term है. Testator is a person who is the creator of the will. Okay, so he will declare, उसकी अपनी intention declare कर देगा कि मेरी assets को क्या करना है. और क्या होता है, generally will is come into action after the demise of the testator or after the death of the testator. जो जिनने will create करी है उसके death के बाद ही जो है will come into action. Okay, but changing a will is difficult if the testator becomes physically or mentally challenged. Will को change करना थोड़ा सा मुश्किल हो जाता है अगर जो testator है वो physically और mentally challenged हो जाए. So that is how generally it works. So that is about will. So will में generally क्या होता है, अगर will properly defined नहीं है तो there would be a rivalry among the beneficiaries. जैसा कि मैंने बताया उसमें आपने 25 लाख और 50 लाख डिफाइन कर दिया, परसेंटेज डिफाइन नहीं करा. Okay, then there would be it would be a big hassle. Okay, then through trust. So trust दो तरीके के होते हैं, it can be private और public. So public trust जो है जैसे religious trust हो गए या जो related to public and related to the development of the society also. So those type of trust is known as public trust, and private trust are those trust जैसे अगर suppose if you want to transfer the property during your lifetime also, through trust you can do so. So trust is used as a tool to minimize generally in public trust case estate tax. Okay, now nominee. So a nominee acts like a trustee. Okay, so insurance company, mutual fund or your share will be passed on to the nominee, and because someone you trust, you are putting that person as a nominee. Like spouse के case में generally you are putting spouse as a nominee. Okay. Then insurance company, mutual fund or share will be passed on to the nominee, and according to law, this is very important. According to law, on a nominee is a trustee, not the owner of the assets. Because generally what we are thinking, मैंने nominee बना दिया, मतलब अभी जो है nominee का मतलब ये जो है पूरा transfer जो है पैसा इन्हीं को होगा. And a nominee is a trustee, not the owner of the assets, and will be legally bound to transfer it to the legal heirs. अगर किसी ने कहा कि मैं लीगल हियर हूं, आपने नॉमिनी किसी को बनाया है, then it will be disputed. So okay, and now, so when we talk about when you don't have a will, the court will make one for you. अगर आपने will नहीं बनाई तो कोर्ट बनाएगा आपके बाद. Your property will go to your heirs under the law of the estate in which you reside by intestate succession. अगर आप हिंदू सक्सेशन लॉ में आते हैं, then you will the property will go according to that law. और उसमें जो है आपके years भी अलग अलग तरीके के होते हैं, years 1, years 2. So that also I will define it to you. So because क्या होता है, if the person dies intestate, okay, without a will, the inheritance is passed on according to the succession laws. So that is what is very, very important. So most Indians don't have a will and they don't understand the importance of will. You know, even if you are married and want your surviving spouse to have your entire estate, you must write a will, because your estate's law may only give your spouse a portion of your assets if you are not writing a will. So that is why it is very, very important to have a will. And because भाई हम लोग, मैं क्या ये चाहूंगा कि मेरा स्पाउस जो है वो अगर सपोज आप देना चाहते हो विल में कि मुझे 50% या 60% या 100% मुझे जो है अपनी स्पाउस को पैसा देना है, बट आपने विल नहीं करी and the money is being transferred to your children, then what happens, your spouse will be totally dependent on your children. So क्या मैं ये चाहूंगा कि मेरे बाद मेरा spouse will be fully dependent on my children for even for a single penny itself. So that is why कि जो मैंने सोचा है कि मेरा पैसा जो है मेरे स्पाउस को जाए या मेरे चिल्ड्रन को जाए, so that is why this is very, very important to have a will. Now, do you know what is probate and its importance? So probate, as per the Indian Succession Law or Indian Succession Act 1925, ये क्या होता है probate में? Probate means the जो आपकी will की कॉपी है ये सर्टिफाइड हो जाती है अंडर द सील ऑफ द कोर्ट ऑफ कॉम्पिटेंट ज्यूरिसडिक्शन. तो इससे प्रोबेट से एक बेनिफिट क्या होता है कि जैसे ही आपने विल एग्जीक्यूट करने को कहा, अगर आपने उसके बाद प्रोबेट करा लिया, प्रोबेट मतलब आपने सर्टिफाइड अंडर द सील ऑफ अ कोर्ट ऑफ कॉम्पिटेंट ज्यूरिसडिक्शन, उससे एक बेनिफिट, सबसे बड़ा बेनिफिट ये है कि आपकी कल की तारीख में जब डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ असेट्स होने के बाद, ये आपकी विल एग्जीक्यूट होने के बाद, नोबडी कैन क्लेम कि ये जो है विल झूठी थी, ये सही नहीं थी. प्रोबेट का एक प्रोसेस होता है जिसमें कि आपने प्रोबेट के लिए कोर्ट में कहा और कोर्ट अपने अंडर द सील ऑफ द कोर्ट दे डिफाइंड इट, द विल इज सर्टिफाइड. ओके, सो कहने का मतलब है कि प्रोबेट जो है एस्टैब्लिशेस एंड ऑथेंटिकेट्स द विल which you have. Okay, so a legal will includes a signature, a date, a statement of legal capacity and soundness to make a will, and witnesses, preferably a neutral one, a named executor. So क्या क्या चीजें हैं, क्या क्या requirement है, that I will define it to you. So essentials in a will: name of executor, guardian for minors, direction on how a financial assets will be distributed, to all these things which are related to. Now, so एक privileged will होती है. Privileged will जो है this is basically the will which is for the people or persons working in the army, air force or navy. They can make a privileged will. ये जो है, if he writes the will in his hands, signature or attestation is not required. And so जो privileged will है, it basically valid in India as a will is nothing but a legal declaration as we know it very well. Okay, so so the people who are employed in armed forces, okay, in actual warfare or war-like situations, because they don't have a time, okay, they cannot always have the time and resources for completing the entire formalities. This is basically this will, the privileged will can be created for the people who are below 18 also, as per section of 154 of the Indian Inheritance Act. So this is a very, very important information for you people. And the privilege will is the will which is, it can be executed at a very short notice also. Now, what are the benefits of will? And so benefits of will and what are the process of will and how to write a will. I think Sanjeev ji is going to share the format also with you, and so that but I will define you what are the important points for will and who can write a will. So कोई भी व्यक्ति या कोई भी पर्सन साउंड माइंड से, जो कि मेंटली चैलेंज ना हो और 18 साल से ऊपर हो, दैट पर्सन कैन राइट अ विल. एंड और ये जरूरी नहीं है कि ये स्टैम्प पेपर पर ही लिखना है. विल कैन बी रिटन ऑन अ प्लेन पेपर इटसेल्फ. ओके, क्या विल के लिए कोई फॉर्मेट रिक्वायर्ड है? कोई फॉर्मेट रिक्वायर्ड नहीं है विल के लिए. ओके, इट कैन बी, इट मस्ट बी, इट कैन बी और इट मस्ट बी हैंड रिटन. बिकॉज क्या होता है, अगर हैंड रिटन होगी तो बहुत बढ़िया है. अगर किसी ने चैलेंज करा, किसी ने क्लेम करा, तो हैंड राइटिंग एक्सपर्ट कैन इजीली give a opinion that this is the will written by XYZ person. Okay, so then next point, testator should mention the complete details with a valid proof. अभी क्या है, जैसे अगर सपोज कई बार क्या होता है, जो टेस्टेटर है, द पर्सन हु इज राइटिंग अ विल, उसने आधी डिटेल लिख दी. अभी जैसे मेरा नाम है अजय मित्तल, अगर सपोज मैंने लिख दिया अजय आर मित्तल, तो अपने फादर का उसमें बीच में ऐड कर दिया. बिकॉज आप देखोगे कई बार महाराष्ट्र में या गुजरात में दे आर राइटिंग द मिडिल नेम एज फादर नेम. ओके, बट आपने विल में डिफरेंट लिखा और आपने जो आपके पैन कार्ड और आधार कार्ड में दैट इज अ डिफरेंट, तो उसके लिए फिर आपको प्रॉब्लम होगी. एंड सो कंप्लीट डिटेल, कंप्लीट पर्सनल डिटेल, लाइक मेरा नाम ये है, माय पैन कार्ड एंड आधार नंबर इज दिस. ओके, सो उससे क्या होगा, उससे एक जो है ऑथेंटिसिटी और ज्यादा आ जाती है. देन टेस्टेटर शुड मेक अ पैराग्राफ ऑफ बेनिफिशियरी इन द विल. सो टेस्टेटर को एक पैराग्राफ बना दे कि ये बेनिफिशियरीज हैं जिनको सपोज आपके 2 ब्रदर हैं या एक सिस्टर हैं. ओके, कि आपके पेरेंट ने कहा या आपके फादर ने कहा कि नहीं, मुझे जो है 10% जो है चारों बच्चों को देना है और उसमें उनके जो बच्चे हैं 5% उन्हें देना है. ओके, जितना भी होगा उसका, तो उनके नेम, अगर उनका पैन कार्ड या आधार नंबर लिख सकें दैट वुड बी बेटर. उससे क्या होगा, एक डिफाइंड हो जाएगा कि हाँ इज द लीगल पर्सन. ओके, so beneficiary details must be recorded. So जो भी दूसरी चीज बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट, जो भी आपकी असेट्स हैं, तो ऐसा नहीं है कि मेरे पास ये मेरी जितनी असेट्स है मैं उसमें से इतना परसेंटेज में इनको दे रहा हूं. अगर आप इफ यू कैन मेंशन दैट यस दीज आर माय असेट्स, ओके, वो अगर आप असेट्स डिफाइन कर सकें, ये मेरी प्रॉपर्टी है, यहाँ पर मेरे पास इतना म्यूचुअल फंड है, इतना मेरा इंश्योरेंस है, या ये मेरी असेट्स हैं, उसको पूरा डिफाइन कर दिया कि ये प्रॉपर्टी यहाँ पर है, ओके, और प्लॉट नंबर ये है। और म्यूचुअल फंड में ऐसा नहीं कि म्यूचुअल फंड आपके पास मल्टीपल म्यूचुअल फंड्स हैं, तो मल्टीपल म्यूचुअल फंड्स को भी डिफाइन कर दें, दैट वुड बी बेटर, ओके। देन सेकंड इज, उसमें आप एक क्लॉज डाल सकते हैं कि अगर एनी असेट्स रिमेन्ड इन द असेट्स डिक्लेयर्ड, वन कैन असाइन अ बेनिफिशियरी फॉर ऑल ऑफ देम, ओके। तो कि भाई मेरी अगर इसमें से कोई असेट्स छूट भी गई है तो वो जो है इसमें इस पार्ट में आप डिवाइड कर सकते हैं। एंड विल अगर हो सके, विल मस्ट बी विटनेस्ड हो सके, क्या होना ही चाहिए, मस्ट बी विटनेस्ड बाय 2 पीपल, ओके। तो अगर कोई विटनेस जो है, आप डॉक्टर्स, लॉयर या आर्मी पर्सनल भी कैन आल्सो बी टेकन, बिकॉज they are respected in the country as a very good profession, okay, very respectable profession, so that is why. So appoint an executor. अब executor में बड़ा important point है कि executor ऐसा person होना चाहिए, वो ऐसा person होना चाहिए जो कि neutral हो, okay, and ऐसा नहीं है कि जिसको, जैसे suppose 3 ब्रदर हैं, उसमें से तीसरे ब्रदर को executor बना दिया, तो अगर आपने उसको एग्जीक्यूटर बना दिया तो देन द प्रॉब्लम वुड बी देयर। तो एग्जीक्यूटर ऐसा आदमी होना चाहिए हु शुड बी न्यूट्रल, जिसका विल से लेना देना कुछ नहीं हो, ओके, ऐसा पर्सन एग्जीक्यूटर होना चाहिए। और लॉयर हो एग्जीक्यूटर, दैट वुड बी गुड, ओके। एंड देखिए, एक तो मैंने बताया कि आप विल जो है यू कैन राइट इट थ्रू बाय हैंड, आप अपने हाथ से लिख के विल क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, बट अगर आप विल को रजिस्ट्रेशन करा लें तो बहुत अच्छा होता है। और रजिस्ट्रेशन का अलग अलग 20 रुपए से लेके 500 रुपए तक का है, और उसमें कुछ ऐसा नहीं है। और दूसरी चीज, अगर आपकी विल 10 पेज की है तो आप उस पर जैसे पेज नंबर 1 2 3 4 ना लिखकर 1/10 2/10, बिकॉज क्या होता है, आपका अगर बीच में से किसी ने पेपर निकाल भी लिया तो वो इजीली पता चल जाता है। So that is why the page number in will is very very important, like 1/10 2/10 3/10, या अगर 5 पेज की है तो 1/5 kind of, okay। Then अगर आपको अपनी विल में बेदखल करना है, एविक्शन ऑफ बेनिफिशियरीज करना है, तो आप उसमें डिफाइन कर दें कि मेरे को इस बंदे को 1 पैसा नहीं देना है, दिस इज द पर्सन आई वांट टू डू अ बेदखली और eviction of beneficiaries, okay। So these are the benefits of so step by step guide to writing a will। जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया, इंट्रोडक्शन, डिटेल्स ऑफ असेट्स एंड लायबिलिटीज, जो भी आपकी असेट्स हैं उसकी पूरी डिटेल, एंड हाउ पेमेंट शुड बी मेड, सो किस तरह से पेमेंट होगा, then how property should be distributed, कितना परसेंटेज या कितना क्या क्या डिटेल्स जो भी है उससे रिलेटेड। then appointing an executor or nominee, जैसा कि मैंने पिछले में भी बताया आपको, executor should be a neutral person, okay। then taxation, attesting the will or witness, these are the points which are very very important। देखिए, will जो है, आपको एक छोटा सा डिफरेंस बताता हूँ, विल और ट्रस्ट में क्या डिफरेंस है। विल जो है ये एनफोर्सेबल होती है आपके डेथ पर, और ट्रस्ट कैन बी एनफोर्स्ड इवन व्हेन अ पर्सन इज अलाइव, जब आप जिंदा हो ट्रस्ट तब भी एनफोर्स्ड रहती है, ओके। देन विल इज बेसिकली फॉर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ वेल्थ, ओके। तो मैंने पहला पॉइंट बताया कि विल जो है एनफोर्सेबल ऑन डेथ, ट्रस्ट कैन बी एनफोर्स्ड इवन व्हेन अ पर्सन इज अलाइव, so that is the major difference between will and trust। then will is for distribution of wealth ki aap post demise, okay। then trust basically for financial planning and to settle succession issues, कि आपको जैसे सपोज एक डिपेंडेंट चिल्ड्रन है, इनकैपेसिटेशन है, तो उसकी चीजों को नजर में रखते हुए यू कैन क्रिएट अ ट्रस्ट जो कि हर महीने वो डिपेंडेंट चिल्ड्रन को पैसा ट्रांसफर करते रहे। ओके, देन विल इज जनरली अगर आप उसे रजिस्टर कराते हो, इट कैन बी अ पब्लिक डॉक्यूमेंट। नाउ थ्रू ट्रस्ट, तो ट्रस्ट जैसा कि मैंने बताया, इट इज एन अरेंजमेंट जिसमें सेटलर जो ट्रस्ट बनाता है वो अपनी प्रॉपर्टी को ट्रस्ट को ट्रांसफर कर देता है, और जो ट्रस्ट मतलब जो कि उसमें ट्रस्टी होता है, who hold it in a fiduciary capacity for the benefit of the beneficiaries. Okay, in comparison to will, forming a trust is little complex, और इसमें जो है एक लिविंग ट्रस्ट होता है which is also called irrevocable trust। वो आप जो है ड्यूरिंग योर लाइफ टाइम आप उसे चेंज कर सकते हो, उसे बंद कर सकते हो, उसे whatever you want to do, बट इररिवोकेबल ट्रस्ट में कोई भी चेंज नहीं कर सकते। ओके, जस्ट so bequesting of property, ancestral Hindu law. So no definition and recognition of ancestral property under any enactment. So 4-generation theory, so like son to son to son to son. Okay, then ancestral property bequested by will or partition shall change to self-acquired property. That is very, very important point. So ancestral property, when we are talking about, the only property that can be called as ancestral property is that property which has been inherited by a person from his father. That is called ancestral property. Okay, so यहाँ पर जो है जब हम प्रॉपर्टी की बात करते हैं, the first preference is being given to class 1 heirs. जैसा कि मैंने बताया कि class 1 और class 2 heirs होते हैं, जिसमें कि class 1 heirs को पहला प्रेफरेंस दिया जाता है इन कंपैरिजन टू क्लास 2 heirs. तो क्लास 1 heirs में कौन कौन आते हैं? तो क्लास 1 heirs में आते हैं सन, डॉटर, विडो, मदर। देखिए यहाँ पर फादर नहीं है क्लास 1 heirs में। ओके, देन सन ऑफ अ प्री डिसीज्ड। ये क्लास 1 heir और क्लास 2 heirs, ये जो पूरा जो इश्यू है ये क्यों आता है? व्हेन यू आर नॉट क्रिएटिंग अ विल, तो जब स्टेट डिसीजन ले रहा है तो वो कैसे डिसीजन लेगा? पहले क्लास 1 heir देखेगा, अगर क्लास 1 heir नहीं है देन इट विल गो टू क्लास 2 heirs। ये सब चीजें तब हैं जब आपकी विल नहीं क्रिएटेड हुई है। तो पहले सन, डॉटर, विडो और मदर, देन सन ऑफ अ प्री डिसीज्ड सन, डॉटर ऑफ अ प्री डिसीज्ड सन, सन ऑफ अ प्री डिसीज्ड डॉटर। तो इन सबको क्लास 1 heirs को पहले इंपॉर्टेंस दी जाएगी, उसके बाद क्लास 2 heirs आएंगे। क्लास 2 heirs में अगर इनमें से कोई नहीं है देन इट विल गो टू क्लास 2 heirs। देन फादर, सन्स, डॉटर्स सन, sons, daughters, daughter, brother, sister. So you need not to remember all these things, just to give you an idea कि अगर if you are not creating a will, then how your money will be transferred to the next generation by court। कौन से डिसीजंस हैं कि क्लास 1 heirs में अगर कोई नहीं है तो क्लास 2 heirs, क्लास 2 heirs में भी जो पहला प्रेफरेंस है फादर को दिया जाएगा, देन सेकंड सन्स, डॉटर, सन, सन्स, डॉटर, डॉटर। सो दिस इज द वे जनरली द प्रॉपर्टी विल बी ट्रांसफर्ड। देन bequeathing of प्रॉपर्टी इन मुस्लिम लॉ, उसमें जो है हनाफ और सुन्नी और शिया। सो शिया में नो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन, और यहाँ पर सुन्नी में जो है फेवर्स मेल्स heirs, sons son, sons daughter and father's mother। okay, so now so in particular it is crucial to create essential financial management and healthcare decision making documents। इसमें क्या होता है, इनकैपेसिटी प्लानिंग में अगर कोई टेम्पररी प्रॉब्लम है या थ्रू आउट द लाइफ इनकैपेसिटेशन हुआ है, देन उसके लिए द पर्सन कैन हैव अ ड्यूरेबल पावर ऑफ अटॉर्नी, और देन पर्सन कैन हैव ट्रस्ट ऑल्सो। ट्रस्ट कैन हेल्प यू आउट इन दिस रिगार्ड। So this is about the checklist in the event of incapacitation, power of attorney, then work with the financial planner and estate planning professional. तो देखिए ये सारी चीजें हैं, ये क्यों आपको डिफाइन कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि आप समझें कि इतना इम्पोर्टेंट है एस्टेट प्लानिंग, एक विल बनाना या एक ट्रस्ट बनाना, कि उससे जो है आगे जो आपकी आने वाली जनरेशन है उनको धक्के ना खाने पड़े, उनको जगह जगह ना जाना पड़े. तो दैट इज हाउ जनरली इट वर्क्स. ओके, दिस इज द चेकलिस्ट. नाउ रीजन फॉर सेटिंग अप अ ट्रस्ट. सो जैसा अभी तक तो हमने बात करी विल की. नाउ ट्रस्ट थोड़ा सा एक विल जो है इट इज नॉट वेरी कॉस्टली. ट्रस्ट में फॉर सेटिंग अप अ ट्रस्ट you need to have a little bit more efforts. You need to do or put more efforts in creating a trust. जैसा कि मैंने बताया कि एक living trust होता है which is called private trust also, okay, or it is called revocable trust also, और दूसरा होता है public trust. So यहाँ पर हम majorly जो बात कर रहे हैं वो बात कर रहे हैं private trust की. Okay, so ये क्या benefit होता है इस trust का? ये trust जो है it provides providing family and it is providing family and protecting them. So in particular जो बच्चे जो young children होते हैं और ऐसे बच्चे जिन्हें special attention requirement है, special needs है और specially challenged और children हैं, उनके लिए एक trust जो है बहुत बड़ा role play करता है. Then attaching certain conditions to gift, वो ट्रस्ट जो है में क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. देन ट्रस्ट जो है जैसे कि विल में प्रोबेटिंग प्रोसेस होता है. अगर आपने ट्रस्ट करा है आप जो है ट्रस्ट में यू कैन बाईपास द प्रोबेटिंग प्रोसेस. एंड चौथा पॉइंट है गिविंग चिल्ड्रन द बेनिफिट ऑफ फैमिली वेल्थ विदाउट लूजिंग कंट्रोल ओवर की असेट्स. तो आप जो है अपने चिल्ड्रंस को अपनी असेट्स का बेनिफिट दे सकते हैं when you are alive or after that also without losing the control of key assets. क्या होता है कि सपोज जैसे कि कोई पेरेंट्स हैं कि वो चाहते हैं कि भाई अगर मेरे बच्चे छोटे हैं, कल को अगर मुझे कुछ हो जाता है और मैंने ये ट्रस्ट बनाया है, ये ट्रस्ट में बिकॉज ट्रस्ट में यू रिक्वायर एटलीस्ट 2 person. Okay, the person who creates a trust, okay, that is testator, and second is a trustee. Okay, so these are the two people who are required for creating a minimum 2 persons are required for creating a trust. So suppose आपको है कि भाई अगर if I will die today, then how my money would be transferred, or after me who will take care of my family or my children. So that is how reason for setting up a trust is there. So then having flexibility for providing appropriate benefits to different family members at different point in time, that is how generally the trust is being created. And creating a mechanism for effective succession, trust played a very, very important role because it is for the subsequent generation and balancing merits and family control. That is the very important point to look for when creating a trust. So this is what we have already discussed. I think this is again repeated. So reason for setting up a trust. So पहला reason है creating a legal framework and tax effective structure and protection of assets, allowing administrative and investment record keeping functions for the money for the wealth you have. Then having flexibility to have an unbiased independent person as a trustee in the trust, and then creating a systematic mechanism for the charitable objectives of the family. So अगर charitable related things उसमें जो है आप you can create a trust from that particular point of view. So now what I will do, I will just put a 3-4 polls. Okay, now just I launched the poll.
Dr. Ajay, we are running quite late. Can we skip on?
Only 1 or 2 polls is required.
Okay. Okay.
So only 2 polls. I have 4 polls. So we will have just for 1 minute, 1 minute. So what is the crucial objective of estate planning? Making sure most of the asset is transferred to the beneficiaries. Yes. Paying the least amount of taxes on estate. As assigning guardians for minor child, if any. Okay. Or all of the above. So I think majority of the people are saying 72% all of the above. And so how many people? 150 people have responded till now out of 470. So please do the poll as soon as possible. I will just have 1 minute for this. So Sanjeev ji already instructed me that we don't have a time. So all of you are requested to do the poll as soon as possible. Okay. So now I think majority of the people are saying all of the above, and nearly more than 70% of the people are saying. So, and 26% of the people are saying making sure most of the estate is transferred to the beneficiaries. So they are also right, but they are partially right. Okay. So I think 250 people have already given the poll. Yes, Sanjeev ji, you were telling something. Just I will have another poll if you will allow me.
Can we skip that poll because you know we are otherwise running out of time.
Okay, okay. So after this poll, we will just take the Q&A.
No, it will be. I'll be presenting.
Okay, okay. So yeah. So now after this, so this is the poll result. You can see it over here. So 73% of the people are saying all of the above. They are saying making sure most of the estate is transferred to the beneficiaries, paying the least amount of taxes on an estate, assigning guardian for minor children, if any. Yes, very right. Okay. So Sanjeev ji, over to you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Can you?
Yes,
can I share my screen?
I've already stopped my sharing, and now you can.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Okay. So friends, I will go slightly fast because we've overshot the time, and I have some things to cover which Dr. Ajay has not not covered so far. So I will try not to repeat anything at all. So this is me. You all know, many of you know about me, but there are lots of others who do not know about me. So I am the CEO of Ham4G Initiatives. I'm ex-NDA, June 83 seniority. This is my company. And we are a company which is only for armed forces officers and their close relatives. We don't take any civilians as our clients. And as on date, we manage about 3,200 plus officers and their families from across the world. Right. And we've been winning a lot of awards all the time. Of course, nothing after 2019 because of the pandemic, nothing was held. Otherwise, we are very proud to say that. Okay, now friends, I will go about it in a slightly different manner. I will require your undivided attention to bring home certain aspects. And I will request for your cooperation in this. For next 3 minutes, please put your mind at rest. If you are sitting, which I assume you are sitting, please sit with your eyes closed. Please sit straight, your feet firmly on the ground. Please concentrate. I'm going to show you a scenario. Take deep breath. Take a breath. Leave it. Take another breath. Leave it. Put your mind at rest. Scenario. You've just passed away. To put it bluntly, you've just died. And your family members, your spouse, your children, if your parents are there with you, they've come to know that you've died. What is the scenario like? The doctor has already visited your house, tried to give you a resuscitation. Nothing has happened. You can see yourself. You're lying on the ground now. Absolutely still. Nothing is happening. There's a lot of commotion. You can imagine that. What is happening? Your loved ones are grieving for you. Scenario shifts. 1 month after today, the grieving has been accepted, your loss has been accepted. Now things have shifted. The focus has shifted to other things. क्या चीज समेटनी है? What all is spread all across? What is there, what is not there? Maybe your spouse, maybe your family, maybe your parents. They know few things, they do not know few things. They do not know where exactly are all your bank accounts. They run around and find that a couple of your bank accounts do not have a nominee. They do not even have your joint name, their joint name. They know you used to deal with shares, but they do not know where are those shares held? What was the platform used? They found something scribbled on a copy by you. Nothing else is known. No links, no passwords. Unfortunately, your laptop has a password. They can't access it. What do they do now? Problem. Your Facebook account has all the memories of the family. They can't access it. They can't block it. They don't want all that to be available there for the world to see now that you are not there. But they can't access it. What do they do? Can you visualize the scenario yourself? Have you left behind an inheritance or a chaos? Please remember, estate planning that we are talking about, estate is not only real estate. Everything that you own is your estate. Do you know really what do you own today? Who will get your mobile number? Do you know mobile number can be shifted or not shifted to your spouse? What happens to your email ID, which has wealth of information, but nobody can get into it? You have a website, but nobody has a control over it except you. Facebook account, memories. Do you know you own 4 types of assets? Physical, we all know that, right? We know that property is physical asset. We know gold is physical asset. By the way, you had made a will. You said 50% of my gold will go to this and 50% will go to this, or 25% will go to this and 25% to this. Does gold get divided in this manner? Is it a practical will? Do you not know that there could be a fight amongst which piece of gold to take and which one not to take? You know, these are the details. These are the things which could have a problem later. Such minor things. You say 50% of my property will be divided amongst one and 50% amongst others. Which 50%? Who will take what? What is saleable, what is not saleable, and what is the value of those 50%? Financial assets. But people do not know which are your financial assets. They don't have password. They don't even, we keep coming across such kind of a thing all the time. Because why does it happen? Because everybody thinks they are forever, ever. Others die. I will not die. I am immortal. When the God sent me here, he said, go, you are immortal. That's what we think. We can write our date of birth, but we can't write our date of death. And probably that is what gets in that feeling of invincibility. So we will make will tomorrow. That is the feeling which comes in. Please don't do that. As I said at the beginning of the webinar, the number of clients who've left us in the past 1 year is much more than in the past 10 years. Who knows how long is this pandemic? We don't know. Digital assets, these have become a big part of our life, as I said. Lots of intangibles. You have your reputation. Are you running a company? It has a reputation. Who will take that reputation ahead? You could be having an IPR, intellectual property right. Who is the owner of this? Nobody. Lapses, finishes. That is what a will is to be. It doesn't mean you write down each and everything, leaving no scope for future. A will, like people were asking on chat, and I replied also. A will is supposed to take care of what you have, and also take care of what would come in future, and also take care of you don't know about the things which will come. Who knows when we pass away, there could be some law that something will come from the government to you. If you don't cater for it in the will, who will have it? So there has to be an open-ended kind of thing also. This house and this plot will go to this and this in that manner, as also some more property which might accrue to me or my family in future. These are the kind of ways you write down things, right? So we need to know what would we get after our death. Do we have full control over it now? I will tell you, we may not have full control over it now, because now is not only today. Now is now, from now to we pass away. Do you want to have full control over your property while you are alive? Do you want your loved ones to be taken care of even if you become disabled? Yes, there are ways of doing that now. I can do that. I'm not disabled, but I could be. Who knows? Do you want to give what you want, to whom you want, the way you want, when you want on your death, at what stage of time it will go? All this is part of your will. All this could be part of your will. And there are other instruments I will talk about just now. Do you want to save the professional fees, transfer costs, court costs? Suppose things are not clear in your will, then there are so many long procedures which come into play. And even after that, things may not pass on in the way you want. Please take care of that. Consequences of not writing a will, I'm just reading it out, are borne by the people you leave behind, whom you call your loved ones today. They will bear all the consequences of if we don't make a proper will. Now, what happens to the important documents that, just one second, I'm somehow not able to, just one second. Yeah. Just give me some time. Okay. Now, what happens to the documents? There is one question which had come as to what do we do with the documents of the person who's passed away? There are procedures which give out as to what do you do with the documents that are there. For example, the main documents that a deceased will have, firstly, Aadhaar. Aadhaar is a proof of identity. It is also a proof of address. What do you do with that Aadhaar? Please remember, even after demise, the Aadhaar number continues to exist. UIDAI, which controls Aadhaars, does not have any process of deactivating or cancelling the Aadhaar. There is no provision to even update information after a holder's death in the Aadhaar database. So what you can do as a security measure to prevent its misuse, just lock the biometric of Aadhaar. Once you do that, that is all that you can do. We come to PAN. PAN, we all know, is mandatory for various purposes like bank accounts, Demat accounts, filing of income tax return, etc. You must retain that PAN till all accounts are closed. All those accounts where quoting of PAN is mandatory. Once the matters relating to closing of accounts, income tax, etc. have been adequately taken care of and adequate time has passed, then the PAN card should be surrendered. Please remember, surrendering of PAN card is not at all mandatory. You may retain it if you feel that it might be required later. Then voter ID, another important document. Please remember, there is no provision for cancelling a voter ID on demise, right? So literally you can't do anything. At the best, what you can do is you can visit the local election office, give that voter ID along with the death certificate, and they might deactivate it. They might remove the name from the voters list. That's it. Passport. In respect of the passport, there is no provision for surrender or cancellation upon demise. There is no. So the only thing is you let the passport expire. Driving license, there is no specific thing laid down at the central level, depends on the state, but in most of the cases, you can just visit the concerned RTO office for cancellation of that driving license. However, please remember, there is no penalty under law if an official document is not surrendered. One should just inform the concerned authorities, and that's it. That's all that you can do, right? I resume my presentation from there. Okay. Now we come to an important part, that is minor children. Lots of people who are attending this presentation right now, they have small children. Children below 18 years of age, as you all know, are called as minor children. They have no right of contract. What do you do? They are covered by something called Indian Minority and Guardianship Act. Now I'm going to say something very, very grave to you. Suppose something happens to the father and the mother together. And mind you, we've had one such case where the father, an Air Force officer, and his wife together passed away in a road accident. Then what will happen to the minor children? Do you know? They get covered under Indian Minority and Guardianship Act. What does it say? It says that natural guardians, only parents are natural guardians. Grandparents are not, please remember. Brothers and sisters are not. Father first, then mother. They are the natural guardians. Other than natural guardians, the courts will decide who will be the guardian. And courts are very wary of giving the possession of minor children, especially if the children are very small, to individuals unless they are very, very sure about that. They like to give it to accredited, certified organizations. What do you call those organizations? Orphanages. Would we like our minor children to go to orphanages? Things could be as grim as that. There is something called testamentary guardian. Now, this is where advanced planning comes in. You know, we've had questions coming on minor children also. What is testamentary guardian? Suppose when the guardian, the natural guardians, put it down in writing that we want this particular person or these persons to be the guardian of our children if something were to happen to both of us, and it is a legal document, it is called testamentary guardians. Those people are called testamentary guardians. Letter of guardianship, what the heck is that? We'll give you one suggested format at the end of the presentation. What can you do? Asset information sheet. Now, this is the information sheet which should have everything that you have or you visualize to come in the future. What format? No format. It is up to you the way you wish to put it. Do you want to put it in a Google sheet, or you want it to write in a diary? You want to put it in an Excel sheet, or you just want to write in a Word file, print it out and make it in a booklet form? Whatever you do, let it be there. And in the current world, in today's world, if your passwords, etc. are not mentioned, login ID, password, etc. are not mentioned, half the things will have no meaning for the family. Please remember that. Another important thing, I come to disability. Imagine a scenario. Something has happened to you. You become disabled to the extent that you can't sign anything. You cannot tell anybody, what do you wish to be done now? Let's say you have control over each and every money in your family. And this disability being bound to the bed continues for a long time. You are aware of everything, but you can't do anything. So many of us have seen this kind of state even during COVID. To many of our close ones and young loved ones. Financial power of attorney comes in there. If I were to be in such a vegetative state, who should be allowed to take charge and do things on my behalf? It is a legal document. It can be made into a legal document. We'll give you one suggested format of that. Please remember, wherever I'm saying suggested format, they are not formats which will meet your full requirement. But they will at least tell you on what lines to go. After that comes the living will. Another grave thing, but happens. What is a living will? Suppose I get admitted in the hospital. I'm totally incapacitated to the extent that even doctors have given up. But I don't know. I can't convey to anybody what I wish to be done now. In such a case, what happens? If we are not in a military hospital, say we are in a private hospital, our assets will slowly pass on to that hospital. Even if we are in a military hospital or government hospital, what will happen? The doctors don't want to pull the plug. None of our loved ones want to pull the plug, but we never wanted to be in this kind of a state from which everybody is sure we are not coming back. This living will gives out that kind of a situation. If such a thing happens, what do I want to be done? We'll give you a suggested format of that. Now comes spatial children. I know so many people, so many close ones, so many friends, so many of our clients as on today who have spatial children. Sometimes such children have small amount of physical disability. It's fine. But sometimes the disability is higher. And this is the parent's biggest pain. What will happen to my child when I am gone? Dr. Ajay had spoken about this, about trusts. Believe me, trust is the only way you can make sure that your child is looked after. And trust is not made after you are gone. Trust is to be made now. Trust is to be made and operated. Its operation should start now when you are alive and you see how it is working. Is it working to the way you want? If not, make it work the way you want. It will define everything. We'll give you one suggested format of a trust, but please remember, do not use that format to make your trust as it is. It is just to give you a guideline. A trust is a very, very serious and very involved thing. Your trust has to be formed entirely with your inputs. One more thing for spatial child, something called letter of wishes. You can make a trust. Trust can operate also. But does anybody know your child more than you? What does the child like? What doesn't like? What can the child do? What cannot do? How does the child want to start the day? And how does the child's day go? What does the child like to eat and not like to eat? What can the child do as a, let's say, profession, and what can the child not do? So many things which are associated with the child. All this information should not go away with you. It should be available to the people who will be running the trust after you. Letter of wishes. Again, we'll give one suggested format which you can customize. Letter of wishes gives out that very thing. It is not a legal document. It is a document just to guide people. Guide the people who will be in charge of your child when you are not there. Right? So this is what it is. We will take on questions and answers. I'm stopping the sharing now. I will be giving out the links for those formats that I have spoken about. It will take you to our website. From there, you can download the formats. Yeah. So I hope we've been able to do justice to the webinar in which so many of you have attended. I will take on a few questions and then I will post the links which I have spoken about. Now coming to the questions, just 1 minute, please. Yeah. We had received a lot of questions, 171 questions to be precise, when people have registered for the webinar. Just 1 minute. Yeah. There were lots of questions on investment of retirement corpus, stock market tells, will market go up, down, health insurance, and so many things. Obviously, we will not be taking on those questions here. Ready reckoner format. Lots of people have asked for ready reckoner format to put all assets at one place. For those who are in touch with us, we had requested everybody to send us their formats, whatever formats, information, documents they have. We've received bulk load of documents. We are making such a document. It is a huge Herculean task because we've received too many inputs and we've received too many of requirements. We will take some time to put it in place, but our aim is to give you a document which caters for all the requirements that you put along with the formats which can be used so that everything becomes a ready document. Now coming to a few questions. A question which has come is, what is a registered will? Why after demise of the property owner, still there is a process to be completed with other members of the family? Affidavit through court, notary, etc. remains compulsory for transfer of property. Dr. Ajay, can I ask you this question as to what is the difference between a will which is not registered and a registered will, in very short? And why do people have to go through a long process even if there is a will and maybe even a registered will?
So the thing is like, even you can have us, as I defined it to you, we can have a will on a simple paper also. It can be non-registered also. But if it is registered, where you can have an executor as well as witnesses, so the probate process can be very easier in that case. Okay. So, but not having a will is better having a will without even registration. So there is no need for registration. It is not mandatory to have a registration will registered, but it is making a difference, but not major difference. So if it is registered, you can have a will copy with the sub registrar. And second is, if the will is registered, you can define the executor as well as the witnesses also there in that. And so little bit authenticity would be on a little bit on a higher side, and it helps you in the probate process. So that is one thing. So somebody asked about can executor be a beneficiary? So like somebody asked if my brother can be, or a brother can be a executor in that. So thing is like, it is always, I defined it to you in my presentation also. It is always better. The executor should not be a beneficiary. So there would be no
conflict
sort of. So executor should not be a beneficiary. So that is what is.
Yeah, absolutely. See, I would also like to add a few things. A will is a great will by itself as long as it is written, it has been signed by you on each and every page. There are two independent witnesses who signed. In fact, witnesses do not have to know the entire content of your will. Witnesses just testify to the fact that you signed the will, and when you signed the will, at that time you were of a mentally sound mind, and you were not coerced into signing that will. That is the main purpose of the witnesses, right? When you register the will, what happens is that you go right in front of a legal officer, a district magistrate, or some sort of a judge or magistrate, right? The person who's signing whose will it is, that person is there, and both the witnesses are there. The legal officer sees for himself that the person is alive, sound of mind, and is not made the will under any kind of coercion. So that is such kind of a will cannot be contested in the court, at least on technical grounds, what I spoke about. So that is the biggest advantage of registering a will. But if you do not register the will, but it is made properly, there is no problem at all. Right? Please remember that. An executor, be very, very sure about your executor, that the executor doesn't have a conflict of interest, is not a beneficiary, and that person will really put in all the hard work involved in transferring your assets to your loved ones the way you always wanted. A question which has come is, if we have a property, why should we not do a gift deed when we are alive rather than putting it in the will and making our people go through all the issues later? There could be an issue, definitely. What I would say in this is, when you make a gift deed, you are transferring your assets to somebody when you are alive. Like I said in the beginning, you can write your date of birth, you can't write your date of death. Suppose you live for another 50 years. Do we all know the Raymond's case, Singhania's case? Dr. Ajay, can you please mute yourself? Singhania's case, if you don't know, Singhania, the patriarch, he transferred 1,000 crores worth of shares to his son Gautam Singhania. And after they were transferred, he himself came onto the pavements. When he transferred, he must be very sure of his children. But what happened later? So please don't ever give out your assets when you are alive to anybody. Put in your effort in making strong succession documents, but not in transferring your own assets to anybody else. Right? Okay. What is the difference between inherited and self-acquired property? Dr. Ajay, would you like to take this on, please?
Yes. So when you are talking about inherited and self-acquired, so whatever you earn during your lifetime through your hard-earned money, that is basically comes into self-acquired. And inherited property, like from your forefathers, from the through the will and all that, you got that inherited property, and that is the basic difference between these two. And when you are creating a will or a trust, then there is no difference when you are passing it on to the next generation. So generally, it is being defined from the perspective of getting the wealth from whether it is inherited wealth or whether it is a self-acquired. So it is generally in the case of self-acquired, you need not to worry about because you can easily inherit that property. But in the case of inherited property in the past, so might be there can be some issues, or might be there might be no issues also. So that is the basic difference between the self-acquired and inherited property. So the when we talk about the self-acquired property can easily be put off to the next generation. But inherited property, sometimes inherited property, if the will is not proper, if the probate process is not there, somebody can claim it. Somebody can say that there can be conflict in that. But in the case of self-acquired, no, nothing would be there if you are inheriting the property to the next generation.
Okay, great. So we've got about 60 questions in the Q&A box. It will not be possible to take them on, but I'll randomly choose a few questions and try and say something with the help of Dr. Ajay. Now, a question has come that is an executor compulsory in a will? No, there is no compulsion of having an executor. What I said, that a will should be specifically written, every page should be signed, there should be a date, of course, and there should be 2 witnesses. These are the only requirements for a will to be legal. Other than that, doctor's certificate to be there, executor to be there, and things like that, they are merely add-ons. But please remember, you should always assess whether your own family or the people who are going to be the beneficiary of your will, are they in a position, or do they have that capability to get everything transferred the way you wanted if there is no executor. Executor, please remember, an executor is a legal guy once you mentioned the executor's name in the will. Any problem comes, anything comes, then executor can stand in for you in a court of law. That is the importance of executor. whether to have an executor or not. Then once you know this, then executor becomes, putting an executor or not becomes your own wish, right? Uh, right. Uh,
Sir, there is one question,
yeah,
Sanjeev ji.
yeah.
This is, can ancestral property be willed?
Hmm.
So I will just define it.
Yes, please.
So thing is, like ancestral property, if it is in the person who's creating a will, if suppose your father is creating a will on the basis of the ancestral property. So if the ancestral property is in his name, then the will can be created easily. But if the ancestral property is in multiple names, like your father's brother or father's sister, okay. So if multiple people are there, then the will cannot be created in that ancestral property. But if it is in the name of your father alone, then it can be created easily. Over to you, Sanjeev.
Okay.
You want to add something?
No, I don't wish to add anything. There, I'm just looking at so many questions which have
Okay,
come,
okay.
and people should get a sense of fulfillment from this
Yes,
this
yes,
webinar.
yes.
What is the periodicity of declaring a will? See, will is a lifetime kind of thing. If you do not, if you make a will, there is no compulsion on you to change any will at all. If you don't change a will created even 40 years back is valid. But the moment you create another will, all previous wills automatically become null and void. So you don't have to really say, you can say if you wish to, but you don't have to really say that, I am hereby canceling all my wills. No, the moment a new dated will comes, previous ones are all invalid. Right. Some
But
specific.
it is better. Oh, sorry.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Please continue.
No, no, no. You are
No, no, you
absolutely right.
continue, sir. Please. No
Yeah.
problem.
What you were trying to say, it is
Yes.
always better to say all my previous wills are
Yes,
invalid.
yes, yes.
Definitely. This is
Yes.
aim plus. This is aim plus. If
Yes.
you say that, always better. No doubts about it.
Thank you.
A question has come, how to account for properties acquired oblique disposed after the will is prepared. Now, this is where a careful preparation of your will comes in. Your will should not be fixed. As on date, I have 5 properties and I give these 5 properties in this manner. No, you should say, as on date, I have these properties. I bequeath or I will these properties in this manner. And in future, if any properties come across, which I know or do not know at present, they should preferably be done in this manner. And in case you have a lot of change in your financials after you made a will, it is always better to make another will. There is something called codicil of a will also. Suppose you made a will and there are some technical minor changes in a will, you can just make a codicil to a will. But if there are major changes, you've disposed of a lot of property, you've taken new properties, you started dealing with shares, you've taken a huge mutual fund portfolio, things like that, then always better to make a new will. And you do not have to mention each and every small thing. Deliberately leave a few things vague in the manner you don't have to say, this is my bank account number so and so. You may not say that. You can just say that after me, all my bank accounts, they will go to my spouse. So be very, when you start making it, you'll yourself realize where should you be absolutely specific and where you should just mention the general nature of that asset to be able to create the addition of future things also in. Uh, if the POA is there and creator of POA dies, what happens after that? Obviously, the power of attorney is given by a certain person to a certain person or organization. If the creator of power of attorney is not there, then that power of attorney is no longer valid unless you have written in that power of attorney which links it to the will in some manner, so that the power of attorney can continue in certain manner. Any other question? Very important question which has been missed out by us, or you would like it to be dealt with here. Okay, a Fauji specific question. Term insurance with specific riders for armed forces personnel. See, armed forces people, the serving people, they have a problem in taking term insurance. But let me tell you, if you go to a good company, they will take a written statement from you in which you will have to declare your nature of jobs, etc. In most of the cases, when we deal with term insurance for serving officers, once the officer has given very clear and truthful answers to those questions, in most of the cases, the insurance company gives them the term insurance, maybe sometimes with slightly higher premium. If the risk being taken, let's say by a fighter pilot or things like that, is much higher than what other armed forces officers might be taking. Transfer of mutual funds after that, it's a very simple thing. For all those who are having mutual funds, please always have your, as far as possible, have your mutual funds in a joint name. The transfer is very easy. In our case, in our company, we absolutely insist on that unless the officer specifically says, no, I don't want it at all. If after knowing all the pros and cons, the officer says, so the mutual fund holder says, I don't want it at all, it's different. But otherwise, we insist that. And on top of that, we say have nominees. Most of the mutual funds allow one to have up to 3 nominees, your children or somebody else, whosoever, depending on your own circumstances, that your nominee should always be there, cater for all kinds of circumstances. Okay. Requirement for term and medical insurance. We've today not specifically dealt with insurance, because already you can see we've exceeded the time, and I somehow get a feeling that we've still not covered everything we could have. So if there is only somebody has written term insurance is given only if there's an income. Pension is not an income. Agreed, fully agreed. That is one, because when they do their numbers, then insurance companies typically do not agree to give term insurance to people who have only pension with them. But then you also have to see whether, when you are a pensioner and if all your liabilities and requirements are over, do you really need an insurance? That is one thing. Okay, now I'm going to give out some links here, wherein you can just use those links to go over to our website and download the formats that I spoke about. Just a minute. Yeah. Yeah, I posted a link here. This link is for the purpose of getting a sample will. Please copy this link, paste it somewhere, use it. You can even link it, click on it right now, and later on go ahead and download the will format that we have made. Most of you who are there on this webinar, from the names I could see, most of you have already taken this will format. But for those who have not, please go ahead and take it. And I am posting a second one just now. Yeah. Now this is a very important link. This link as such gives out very important documents. I will just, before you go ahead and download it, just hear me out. Let me say what all is there on these links. Okay, there you have the format of a living will. That is the will that I said. Yeah, there is a living will. Living will is the one where you define if I were to get incapacitated, what would I like to be done to me? What does it mean? It means that you could be saying, okay, beyond that, beyond this stage, pull the plug. Or it could be that I want to be taken till this stage. This is how you should be administering drugs, etc. to me, right? Second format that you will find is financial power of attorney. If one gets physically or mentally incapacitated, see, living will was when you are on the bed in the hospital and doctors also have given up on you. Second is when you're physically or mentally incapacitated. So how would you like your things to be done? How would you like especially your financials to be dealt with? Third is letter of guardianship for minor children. Whom would you like to be your children's guardian in case something were to happen to you suddenly? Say both their parents pass away together. Then we have a format, just guidelines of creating trust for a special child. And of course, the very, very important letter of wishes for the special child. Right? So these are the kind of things you will find there. So in case you have any questions or anything, please connect with us. Somebody has also asked that if we were to watch this webinar again on YouTube, then what is the link? Just give me a minute. I will put that link here. I would recommend that you please, all of you please go and subscribe to our webinar. Please go and subscribe to that webinar. Okay. Are you getting an error? As I can see, link is not opening. Please, I'm putting in, I don't know, we tried out and tested this link. Yeah, Deepa says it's opening. So please copy it and try out the link slightly later. You may not be able to open it in a hurry, or maybe lots of people are trying to open it, but this is our mail ID. If you wish to get them again, those documents again, please, you can mail on contact@humfauji.in. We will send those documents to you. We've made it with due caution, but please don't try and copy the documents as it is. Please remember, anything copy pasted and made into your own document will not work as it is. Right? So with this, I think we've covered a lot of ground today, and I won't say that we have done full justice in the limited time to this very, very important and big topic. However, it is a start. We could, in case there's a demand, we could add on to this later. My aim, my company's aim is to do as much of financial empowerment, life and empowerment to Faujis as possible. So we do a lot of webinars, etc. on this. I'll request you to go over to our YouTube channel and see a whole lot of webinars that are going to be there, that are there already. You can watch it. Thank you very much. All that remains now for me is to thank Dr. Ajay Vittal, who's put in so much of effort to bring home this webinar, as also Mr. Vikrant, who is our connect with SBI Mutual Fund, SBI AMC. Grateful to you, Dr. Ajay.
Welcome.
Okay. With this, we close the webinar. Thank you very much. The recording will be available about 4 days later on our YouTube channel.
So thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Nice audience. Yeah. Thank you.
So we can close the webinar now.
Thank you, Preetham.
Right, sir. Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks.